As Trinity looked around, her gaze locked onto Putzle first, unblinking and questioning. Then, with deliberate slowness, she scanned the others again. This time, she looked very intently at their eye colors, trying to spot the telltale hues of the Anwar light hidden beneath their human exteriors.
You're all made from this Anwar fellow's light?
Yes.
Each of you have different eye colors based on the light that you carry. Based on this book, which means Putzle, you're the purest of light. You're the most powerful and have the greatest potential to heal my husband.
Why would you say that?
Don't play games. Anwar says it right here, about the light.
I know what you're reading. I understand your frustrations, but there is no guarantee that I have the kind of power.
It says pure of light. That is you. You can fix all of this, and you should. You owe me.
Where are you going?
Back to the hospital to be with your father. I can't stay here with them. It hurts too bad.
Guys, I'm going with Mom. I'll see you later?
The roar of the engine faded down the road as the two of them drove away, leaving a sudden, heavy quiet in their wake. Left behind on the driveway, the remaining 5 stood for a moment in the silence before turning back toward the house. They filed back inside, the door clicking shut behind them, and gravitated naturally toward the kitchen. No one said much. They simply pulled out the chairs and gathered around the kitchen table, settling into the familiar space to figure out what came next.
So, what's the plan for our fearless leader?
I don't think he knows, or is even in the right headspace to lead right now.
Truthfully, I'm glad we defeated the disembodied, but I'm still asking myself if we did the right thing by including Alex and his family.
Well, let me put it this way. The bad guys are gone, Alex is not dead, and we still have a ton of food here to eat. So I say let's eat and get some rest and figure this thing out tomorrow.
I'm not hungry. You guys go ahead, I'm going to bed.
Putzle excused himself and headed down the steps to bed. With only 4 of them left at the table, the meal was finished in relative silence. Hours slipped by, and the deep, heavy stillness of the night took hold. Outside, the world remained cloaked in darkness while everyone else slept soundly in their rooms. Putzle, however, lay wide awake. He stared up at his ceiling, the room cast in deep shadows save for the silver moonlight cutting through his window. Unable to shake the restlessness, he pulled back the covers, slipped out of bed, and quietly made his way back to the kitchen. There, resting exactly where it had been left, was the book. The curiosity that had been simmering all evening flared up again. He approached the table, reached out, and began to flip through the pages, letting them slide past his fingers until he reached the middle end of the book. 2,000 years earlier, Amjad sat prominently among the council members in the grand, ancient expanse of Albion. The hesitant figure of the past was gone. In his place sat someone who carried himself with a sharp, undeniable confidence. He had grown acutely aware of his own immense abilities, and with that awareness came a quiet, burning hunger for more. As he spoke, his voice carried a new weight, shifting the discussion from mere planetary protection to something far more absolute: total rule.
I have no doubt that things are going well, Amjad, but the idea is for us to protect these planets from outside dangers so that they can flourish, not become a threat. We must allow these creatures to have their own governments and keep out of minor decisions.
I agree. In addition, it interferes with my data and goes against how we have done things even before you were created.
You're too old and stuck in your ways to see that all these places we protect could be better protected if they had a king to rule them. By having a king, they would have my protection, and I would always be there to control what happens. They would serve me, and unlike our 3 rulers here, I would not let them have as many freedoms. It would be safe and controlled.
I agree with my father. This old way of thinking allows too many mistakes to happen. All of these alien beings need more than just our protection. They need us to show them the way.
And control is the answer? Anwar has taught us better than that through his written words.
His love, his visions.
His knowledge.
His ignorance. He is not suited to lead us anymore, and I will put an end to it and anyone who stands in my way. Come, Jeevak, we are going to the palace.
Amjad and Jeevak set off toward the towering spires of the palace, their strides purposeful as they navigated the grounds. Neither of them noticed the shadow trailing a short distance behind. Find out what happens in the next episode.